Now, food prices and consumer goods have continued to pose challenges to many Nigerians. According to a report, food price inflation contributes about 60% of our current inflation figure of about 17.93%. Food price inflation rose to over 22% in the last month. Joining us in the studio now to talk about this is Shehu Jubril. He's the chairman of Mile 12 International Market. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us
on
Your View.
You're welcome.
Now, help us better understand. You know, a lot of Nigerians are finding it difficult. This is a challenging time for a lot of Nigerians, especially when it comes to food prices.
Yeah.
But we need to understand, you know, what are the indices that determines the prices for goods and items such that we are seeing it at this time skyrocketing?
We experienced this thing last year too because of flood. Last year was a terrible year for us. The flood has taken so many things. And what we were expecting to get from the north, we couldn't get it as much as possible. By now, we should be able to have northern tomatoes, onions. We have onions, but tomato, pepper doesn't come from core north. I'm talking of Kano, Kaduna, and other places that have it abundantly. So it is a season. We need to have it like up to this time, up to like maybe January, February, March, April, May, June, up to July, August even. But
okay,
now,
so last year was flooding. What's the cost for this one now?
this one is lost, a lot of harvest lost.
Okay,
We have experienced a lot of harvest loss. And of course, usually when you have a such situation, you need to get the cover up from the southern crops, which is from Odoba, from we have from Benin Republic, we have from Cameroon too. But those ones too are not coming. So it's not time for them to come because we have a shorter time from the north that maybe it's supposed to be like maybe 6-7 months, but we just have it for like maybe 4 months. So we have a shortage of it. You understand what I'm saying? So instead of us to like, as the time that the northern crops is going, we should expect the southern one to come. Like Abeokuta, Odoba, Ilaro, those ones should be coming to cover up those ones that have come from the north. But we have that shortage now. The one from the north is not coming, and the one from the south too is not enough. It's not enough.
Yeah. So would you say, because the prices are, many people will tell you this year, even with the shortages of previous years, this particular year, since the prices have even gone even much higher, is this really only about the shortages? And you mentioned that harvest losses. What is the culprit here? Is it the climate? Is it the insecurity going on in the north? And then, you know, we have the issue of bringing the goods down and transportation and some of the unions saying that they're not going to bring food anymore. Are these the causes for these shortages apart from climate?
No. I think I have to go with the insecurity. For instance, Maiduguri, we used to have a dry pepper from Maiduguri, which also cover up this scenario. But if you don't have tomato, you go for the dry tomato, you go for dry things. Those are the things that come from Maiduguri. But almost half of the farmers in Maiduguri are not farming. You can see where they are displaced. And even the northern farmers, the core northern farmers too, are facing challenges of insecurity. You and I know what they are facing, and they will go to the farm, they'll be killed, they'll be asked for ransom to even curtail what they have in the farm. So it's absorbed. Lagos doesn't have problem of food. It's even better you even have it, you know, at even a high price than not having it. We're talking about food.
Yes.
It's better you have it at all costs than not even having it, because it's food you must eat. You are drinking tea now. You are taking everything here. So it's easier for you to take it here with even much money that you have than not having anything.
So are there any mechanisms put in place by the markets, Mile 12, for instance, international market, to protect consumers? Because some persons are thinking maybe wholesalers and retailers are trying to take advantage of the whole situation.
At all. Absolutely not. There's no way you can hoard these perishable items. There are things that you absolutely have no way to control them. It is right. If it is wrapped in your farm, you have to bring it down to the market. And I said, no way you can just have this thing. You must bring it to the market and sell, or else you lose. So what will you do?
So there's no mechanism to check the pricing at all?
Absolutely not. There's no way.
My own question, would you advise that states now push towards self-sustenance? like when we had the union farmers going on a strike, people in the Southeast were like, we can grow our onions. So should we push for that so that cost of transportation goes down and access to farmers is easier?
You see, the major problem, 90% of this problem is caused by the elites. People that call themselves educated. Somebody that can just, he's never been a farmer, you don't know something about the farm, but you go and write to the government, you speak big English for them, and they give you money. Meant for farmers. And you either divert the money into something else and leave the farmer in the farm. I said, I've been the secretary of this market, financial secretary, and chairman now. That's almost over 20 years. There was never a time, either from federal government, that anybody come to ask how fair you are, what are you doing in this market? Who are the farmers who can support? Who can we help? Nobody has done that. To get data, and we have the data. Nobody.